$100,000 total cash allowance on 2016 Jeep Cherokee Latitude.
Live from Studio 2A in PIX Plaza, this is the PIX 11 News at 6:30 with Kaity Tong and Brenda Blackmon.
4 or 5 teenage rape suspects in Brooklyn are expected to be released from jail tonight. Thanks for joining us for the news at 6:30. I'm Kaity Tong.
I'm Brenda Blackmon. The 5th suspect is still being held. PIX 11's Nicole Johnson is live in downtown Brooklyn with the story for us. Good evening, Nicole.
Good evening, Brenda. What this means is that the Brooklyn District Attorney will not meet its deadline securing indictments against these teenagers. So instead of holding them, 4 or 5 of them will be released, if not already. 2 were released here, and the other 2 who posted bail already, well, they will get their bail money back. So there's only 1 teen still in jail. That's because he faces separate charges on a separate case. At least 2 out of the 5 teenage suspects accused of gang raping a woman here in this Brownsville playground are expected to be released from jail today. 15-year-old Undani Brown's attorney tells PIX 11 D.A. Thompson called him this morning with the news.
Mr. Thompson did a very decent thing by calling and agreeing to have him cut from prison before the family would put a bail package together.
Brown will be released from Rikers Island without posting bail. What this means is the prosecution was not ready with all of the evidence, or due to lack of evidence. By law, a defendant can't be held past a certain time. Defense attorney Abdullah Green, who represents Ethan Phillip, was also in court. She believes the case is weak and will eventually be dropped.
The information that the prosecutor had put on the record with the fact that they had no hits, meaning no identification hits as far as a lineup, no identification hits as far as a photo array. So as far as I'm concerned right now, including the other defense attorneys, the state's evidence is very weak.
Saturday night, an 18-year-old woman and her father claimed they were walking through Osborne Playground when a group of teenagers ordered the father out of the park at gunpoint and gang raped the 18-year-old. Since then, the case has taken a few twists and turns. Police Commissioner Bill Bratton is also focusing closely on this investigation.
I spoke at length with Ken yesterday as that case is going forward. So we'll just have to wait over the next several days as the interviews continue and they try to put together exactly what happened.
Sources tell us stories changed, and that could be the reason for the unprecedented move by D.A. Thompson.
We believe that, we're confident that after a full and fair investigation is completed, that Onandi would be exonerated.
Now, just so we are clear, remember, the charges have not been dropped against these teenagers. They still face charges. This is only giving the district attorney's office time to build its case, but anything can happen as we've seen this case change over the last few weeks. We're live in downtown Brooklyn. Nicole Johnson, PIX 11 News.
Thank you, Nicole. Could Atlantic City move north? The town had another bad year in 2015. It's lost half its revenue since 2007. So now Governor Christie is introducing a bill in Trenton that would allow Jersey residents to vote on bringing casinos up north. Some say that North Jersey casinos would generate more tax revenue for the state since they would be closer to Manhattan. But opponents say it would just cause more casinos to close in AC. The bill will be considered tomorrow in the state Senate. Powerball mania has come to an end. Sadly, none of the record nearly $1.5 billion jackpot found its way to New York. 3 winning tickets were sold, 1 each in California, Florida, and Tennessee. But there were 9 tickets between New York and New Jersey that matched all the numbers except for the Powerball. The owners of those 8 tickets won $1 million. One lucky person gets $2 million because of a special power play. 3 of the $1 million tickets were bought in Queens.
Let's take a look at some of the big stories around the boroughs today. In Queens, a groundbreaking ceremony at the Hallows Point development in Astoria, the latest project to bring more affordable housing to the city. Mayor de Blasio and borough leaders were on hand for this event, of course. The entire complex will include more than 480 affordable apartments. The $1.5 billion development is scheduled to be ready in 2018. Well, police have arrested the man they say attacked 2 girls at a Shake Shack on the Upper West Side. Herbert Stokes has been charged with sexual assault and endangering the welfare of a child. They say the 36-year-old followed a 12-year-old girl into the restaurant, at one point grabbing her wrist. He's then accused of giving another girl, a 13-year-old, a hug and a kiss on the cheek outside the building. Neither victim reported being hurt. And in Brooklyn, getting around this borough is about to get a whole lot harder. The Manhattan-bound side of 9 stops on the N line will be closed as of Monday, and they will not reopen again for more than a year. You heard me. All the stops are between Sunset Park and Gravesend. They will reopen in March of 2017. It's part of the MTA's plan to renovate dozens of stations. Riders will have to travel to other stops to get into Manhattan. And to make matters worse, there are rumors that the L train will potentially be shut down for repairs as well. The N train, the L train. Okay, now time to get on the G train. What's the weather like as we approach the weekend, G?
On the G train or here? All right. Victor DePiero, he had a little snow in the Bronx and kind of tweeted out and Facebook, does not much, but it's a start. Victor, thank you. Points north of that. Had a little trace or so, upwards of an inch, about 30 miles from the city. You can see in the Gulf of Mexico, there's our next storm. Heads across the Southland, heads up the eastern seaboard of the United States. And the bottom line is we could get a quarter to a half inch to maybe a half inch to 3/4 of an inch. That would be Friday night into Saturday. Bus stop weather, all right? Partly sunny skies, 36 degrees, not as cold. 3 key words. More later on.
New Yorkers or our values.
Wow. This week, Cruz took to the radio to deliver a dig at Donald Trump, but it was New York that got caught in the crossfire.
Well, look, I think he may shift in his new rallies to play in New York, because, you know, Donald comes from New York and he embodies New York values.
And today, Congressman Peter King is firing back at his fellow Republican. Maybe he can help us figure out just what are New York values and what can possibly be wrong with them.
Kayla Rama has been talking to New Yorkers all over town all day long about this. She joins us now from outside Trump Tower in Midtown. Kayla, it's a very fitting...
Right, Kaity and Brenda. Well, Donald Trump, in true Trump fashion, is now using this to his advantage. He's saying there's nothing wrong with being a New Yorker, and a local congressman agrees, now questioning Cruz's values.
The guy's a total phony. He's a fraud. He should not be running for president. He certainly shouldn't be elected president.
Representative Peter King had some sharp words for Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz after Cruz ended up offending New Yorkers in his attempt to criticize Donald Trump. Cruz accuses the real estate mogul of having New York values, as if it's a bad thing and unrelatable to middle America.
What Ted Cruz said is totally offensive. First of all, he criticizes New York values. What values is he talking about? The values of the firemen and cops who died on 9/11, the cops who are out in the streets every day fighting terrorism.
New York is one of the greatest places to live. You have culture, you have, I mean, everything that you could think of is here in New York, and we have great people. I mean, especially after what happened in 9/11, you saw how everybody banded together and came together and did what they had to do, and that's New York to me.
New Yorkers like Kristen Linton wants Canadian-born Senator Cruz to know this is where you can achieve the American dream.
He doesn't know much about New Yorkers if he thinks that, because this is the hard work. Anywhere you want to make your dreams come true, New York is the place. So that means that we're all hard workers here.
Being a New Yorker is great because of our culture, our diversity, and it's the city that never sleeps. This is the city that dreams. You can come here and make your dreams come true.
New York is in the class by itself. What are you going to compare it to?
Cruz's New York comments come just after he failed to include more than $1 million in campaign contributions from Goldman Sachs, where his wife works.
And that's part of the hypocrisy of Ted Cruz. Listen, I love the fact that his wife works for Goldman Sachs. I think Goldman Sachs is a real asset to New York, but then don't have him criticize New York when he's coming here to get money both for his campaign and also for his personal life.
These comments will likely come up again tonight. The first Republican debate of 2016 is tonight at 8 o'clock on Fox. Kaity and Brenda?
New Yorkers telling Ted Cruz how it is. Okay, thank you for that, Kayla. President Obama gets misquoted from time to time, but it doesn't usually happen on the White House Twitter account. See if you can catch the mistake. The president said, quote, "The main impetus for better politics is going to be the American people." But the tweet said, "The main impotence for better politics is going to be the American people." Oops. Viagra, anyone? If a debate lasts longer than 4 hours, seek medical attention. They fixed that, by the way, so don't bother looking for it. All right, this is a cute story. Well, it's actually not that cute, but it's interesting how it all worked out. The New York couple, this is a New York couple that says an Uber driver refused to pick them up, but still charged them. But there's more to it than that.
David Lee told Fortune that his wife started going into labor, so he logged onto his app to request a car. The driver who arrived would not let them inside. He told them he'd lose $1,000 a day if the soon-to-be mom got sick during the trip.
They pleaded with this driver, but he still refused. So the couple decided to log onto the app again after he drove off. The next driver, though, that showed up, he had absolutely no problem taking them to the hospital.
Well, Uber said they won't comment on individual incidents, but said denying service to someone in labor is just simply unacceptable. The company has also reversed the charge. That was the right thing to do.
Yes.
Well, there's more ahead on the news at 6:30. After the break, we're remembering actor Alan Rickman.
Plus, she was last seen boarding a train to Long Island 36 years ago. What happened to Eve? Mary Murphy investigates.
And if your phone bill is soaring, you certainly are not the only one. Overage charges are sky high.
Savor an Egg McMuffin anytime you like. A fresh cracked egg, Canadian bacon, and an English muffin with real butter. McDonald's all-day breakfast menu.
I'm looking for something
awesome,
very cool.
casual.
Like me.
Raymore and Flanagan's Customer Appreciation Sale means everything's on sale. No interest for 60 months. Save 20% on this queen bed. 20% off this TV console with fireplace. Save 27% on this power reclining sofa. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Raymore and Flanagan.
Hey, small business owners. When you want fast internet that won't slow your business down, you need Fios. But why? Well, Fios is the 100% fiber optic network with 99.9% network reliability and the fastest Wi-Fi available, so your business can get things done faster. All from Verizon, ranked highest in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Sign up for 25 meg Fios internet and phone starting at $69.99 a month, or upgrade to 50 meg internet and phone for a few dollars more and get $250 back. Get out of the past. Get Fios.
In New York State, we believe tomorrow starts today. All across the state, the economy is growing with creative new business incentives and the lowest taxes in decades, attracting the talent and companies of tomorrow. Like in the Hudson Valley with world-class biotech, and on Long Island, where great universities are creating next-generation technologies. Let us help grow your companies tomorrow, today, at business.ny.gov.
International Furs is back with a huge sale of minks, beavers, sable, and chinchillas, plus men's furs. Not only have prices been reduced, but if you buy one fur, the second is free. Let me repeat that. Buy a fur and the second is free. Don't need two furs? Bring a friend, sister, mother, or brother. International Furs has brought the sale to Alexis and Gianni in Westbury, Staten Island Furrier on Highland Boulevard, and the Crown Plaza Hotel in White Plains. You don't want to miss this sale.
Smooth, rich McCafe coffee. Try any size for just $1.
Good luck today, Potter. Then again, now that you've proven yourself against a troll, a little game of Quidditch should be easy work for you. Even if it is against Slytherin.
A shocking loss in the acting world today. Alan Rickman has passed away. The 69-year-old was best known for playing Professor Snape in the Harry Potter franchise. He got his first break on the stage as a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company in Britain. Rickman later starred on Broadway. He died after a short battle with cancer.
Yes, a classically trained actor could do it all. Dozens of students at a Queens school have been sent home this week after getting really sick.
The students have all complained of stomach pain, vomiting, and nausea. At least 60 kids from PS 12 in Woodside were sent home yesterday morning. At least another 28 were sent home today.
Parents are being told the Norovirus, that's what it is getting everybody sick. Students who haven't felt any symptoms yet are really concerned, though.
My class, they have 5 students absent. It's like no one is there. It's like an empty room.
They tell us that the virus is spreading a lot in our class,
I wish you used more hand sanitizer.
Oh my goodness, was that the cutest soundbite ever? Use more hand sanitizer. Health inspectors were at PS 12 today. The Department of Education says the school was disinfected today and will be again over the weekend. All right, her name was Eve, which means life, but she was dead at 20, 3 days after she took her last train home from work.
And this was in March 1980 through 36. That was actually 36 years ago. Now her sister is going public for the first time, hoping to find the killer. It's a Mary Murphy mystery.
The only thing I know is she got on a train from Penn Station. We know she was on the train.
Irene Wilkowitz-Brossener has never recovered from the loss of her 20-year-old sister in 1980. Eve Wilkowitz made a final trip on the Long Island Railroad to Bayshore 36 years ago this March.
She was very sweet. She loved horses. Horses were her passion. She loved to read.
Eve was the older one, and the two sisters were living in Oakdale when they endured the loss of their mother to breast cancer in 1976. Eve later wanted some independence and moved out to live with a boyfriend in Bayshore.
She was afraid of him. She felt something wasn't right.
But Eve had started to find a life in Manhattan with a promising job at Macmillan Publishing. A young writer there took an interest in Eve, and he was the one who dropped her at Penn Station for the last train to Bayshore on that Friday night in March 1980. The ride to her South Shore town should have taken less than 90 minutes.
3 days after Eve Wilkowitz failed to come home from Manhattan, her body was discovered here at the Bayshore Long Island Railroad station, her original destination.
And she was strangled. I know her hands were tied. They had like rope burns, I'm pretty sure, around her hands and her neck.
The police told Eve's family she'd been held alive for 3 days before she was killed.
Whoever they could find, they interviewed.
The boyfriend she was living with, did the police tell you they ruled him out?
Yeah, I believe so.
The murder was long before the evolution of DNA testing, and in the years that followed, Irene Brossener didn't talk much about the case to her daughter Dara and son Evan.
My mother explained to me that I was named after Eve. It was definitely an honor to be named after her, to carry on, her memory.
But the memories can be crushing for Irene Brossener, who started running 30 years ago after her mother died. She was later diagnosed with a painful stomach condition, Crohn's disease. She started doing half marathons to fundraise.
I really didn't have any friends whatsoever. But since Teen Challenge, I've met the most amazing people.
When I'm running, that's my only time that my mind is completely at peace.
Still, Brossener's own medical challenges have continued.
Just 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer and had a bilateral mastectomy, so I'm cancer-free, I think, as of right now.
And at 53, Brossener said it's time to speak out for her sister. Her beloved father died in 2010 without getting justice.
What is your hope now?
Oh, to find out who did this to her. I know we can't bring her back or anything. I have to be her voice. That's just, it has to be now.
I'm Mary Murphy, PIX 11 News.
A rare weather event is getting a lot of attention in the Atlantic Ocean. The first hurricane of the year, of course, we're months away from when that typically happens. Hurricane Alex is the first January hurricane since 1938. The storm is on track to hit a group of islands about 900 miles off the coast of Europe tomorrow. It could bring up to 7 inches of rain in some areas.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to affect us. I want to ask the expert. Hey there, G, what's going on?
All right, first of all, let's talk about this because this is a big story. Hurricane Alex has only been 3 of them in January since 1872. My man Cruz on the numbers with top winds 85 miles per hour. And again, it's busting northerly at around 23 miles per hour. The population of the Azores is about 250,000 people. It is now on the move. It's about 700 miles from Europe, but it will approach Greenland, and that's going to be roughly on Saturday morning. Rare, you bet. El Nino-like can happen. And again, in the Midtown area, very El Nino-like. We get cold in out, and then we moderate. Storm tracks are good for snow, but we're too warm by that time, and we got one coming up. You see a storm developing in the Gulf of Mexico. The track of this storm is heading looking fairly good, and it would look like once involved with the cold air, we would snow. But there's no cold air, so we will rain. And we will rain starting Friday midnight into Saturday midday. Will feature the rain and temps in mid-40s. We cool it down on Sunday. Next week, we turn colder. The pick of the weekend will be on Sunday.
That's the way it looks. Thank you so much, G.
We've got more in store for you after the break. Scott's talking socks.
Then yesterday, we told you about 2 Waffle House employees that do their hair and the cooking equipment. Well, today we promise we can top that. Hang tight.
I'm Mike Richter, and I love New York. There's no place like it in the world, especially in the winter. You know I love to play on the ice, but I also love the snow. New York has over 50 ski mountains, more than any other state. So carve some turns, catch some air, or snowmobile in a state with over 10,000 miles of trails. New York State is a winter wonderland. So plan your trip at iloveny.com. There's something for everyone.
When online gaming came to New Jersey, I couldn't wait to sign up.
That's right, New Jersey. At Betfair Casino, you can play your favorite casino games online for real cash.
You can play high stakes, low stakes. It's really up to you.
Step 1, join for free at betfaircasino.com and get $10 free. Step 2, make your first deposit and we'll double it up to $1,000. Step 3, start winning real cash.
I won $600.
$8,500.
I won $7,500 on Betfair.
Go to betfaircasino.com to claim your bonuses today.
I need to collect your phone so you can't post pictures. How does it feel to not be connected?
My chest hurts.
Let me show you a better way to keep connected. The 2016 Chevy Cruze offers built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi that connects up to 7 devices.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get a sign and drive lease on this well-equipped Chevy Cruze Limited for around $148 per month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Meet the Moores. We're the Moore family, and as you can see, we needed internet that could do more.
We do more games.
And more streaming.
So we need more speed.
That's why we switched to Time Warner Cable.
Now we can connect more devices at the same time.
Hi, Grandma and Grandpa.
Look at that.
Time Warner Cable even has an internet plan for us.
Get 50 meg internet for $39.99 per month and ask about free installation. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC.
Mornings. They're bad breath, bad hair, and a bad case of the Mondays. And organized wardrobes that help you pull it together. They're showering, shaving, and shuffling, and bathrooms that get big families out the door. They're number ones, number twos, and a number of ideas for 3. Life's morning madness, and comfortable, organized bed and bathrooms that make them better.
You know, fans love anything that's connected to whoever they
Anything you give them, they will
but
love.
This one really, you tell the story.
All right, guys. You know how some tennis players will throw their shirts or a ball or a headband into the crowd right after a game? Well, one tennis star decided after his match, the gifts will be reflective of his name. I give you Jack Sock. After he beat Kevin Anderson at the ASB Classic, Jack Sock tried out a new gimmick, sending his sweaty, stinky, match-worn socks into the stands. Hope it doesn't land in your nachos.
And they wanted them.
Sock says next time he's going to hold it up and see who wants it and really play it up.
Oh, okay.
Ah, the scent of game-worn socks.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, why don't you just throw him a bag of corn chips next time?
Well, that's his name, Jack Corn.
Probably
It's Jack Sock. Come on. Come on. Go with the
All right, guys,
program.
watch this one. Ready? Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the biggest names in soccer all over the world. Good-looking guy, too.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, Ronaldo's statue was vandalized in his hometown of Portugal as some crazies painted Lionel Messi's name on Ronaldo's back.
Are we going to see that? There it is.
There it is.
Ah, I think
Messi,
we're hiding the best part there.
Well, yeah, it's kind of big there. Messi, the other top soccer superstar in the world, right? Well, Ronaldo's sister took to Twitter saying it's a disgrace and the perpetrators deserve to live in Syria.
Okay.
Ronaldo's sister actually recommending exile to the rascals who did the defacing. That's how big this guy is in the European community.
Exactly. I saw the full shot of the statue.
Yeah.
The man needs a fig leaf.
He needs a fig leaf.
Or a sock. I don't know. What are the other? Thank you, Scott.
All right, guys.
Well, yesterday we told you about 2 Waffle House employees doing their hair with kitchen equipment.
Hard to believe. An incident at another Waffle House, though, that's making headlines tonight. Police in Georgia say this woman right here, she was arrested last Friday. They say she took off all her clothes inside of the restaurant, started throwing plates at the other customers.
She's also accused of punching another woman in the face, breaking her nose. The woman's been charged with assault and public indecency.
Wow.
Boy, Waffle House.
Maybe she was unhappy with the hair she found in her food. Yeah. Now let's check in with Tamsin for a preview of tonight's top stories.
Oh, there you have it. You put it all together. All right, ladies, coming up tonight at 10, why New York's very own Shake Shack making a move now to the West Coast. We're going to tell you about it. Plus, talking to the stars of the hit new reality show, #BlackLove, why they say finding love here in New York City just isn't easy. And you have heard, of course, of the $100 donut. Well, now this, how much people are paying for this simple egg sandwich and spoiled milk, dead fish. We're taking a look at the new bizarre Jelly Belly flavors coming to the candy aisle. That and much more coming up tonight at 10. There you have it.
I think you've spoiled the dinner hour for us.
Thank you, Tamsin.
That does it for us on the news at 6:30. Friends is next, followed by Seinfeld.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Closed captioning is brought to you as a public service by Nissan.
Start the new year in a new Nissan. During Nissan's 2016 event, choose from 7 models with 0% financing for up to 60 months, plus up to $5,000 cash back. Or lease Rogue just $199 per month. But hurry, the excitement may last, but 0% on 7 models won't. Offers end February 1st. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Okay, so right now everyone is saying, hurry, you gotta get Fios. But why? Well, because there's never been a better time to get a great deal from Fios. The fastest internet and Wi-Fi available. Only Fios has speeds from 50 to 500 megs, because your devices run better on a better internet. And for just $79.99 a month online, you can get 50 meg Fios internet, TV, and phone for your first year. Plus, with a 2-year agreement, Fios gives you $400 back, and all of the premium movie channels for a year. Get out of the past. Get Fios.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $5,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're NetDebt, and we're offering you free information on how to virtually eliminate your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-509-5987. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk. NetDebt. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call NetDebt now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800